going from that, going from that to AEW Saturday Night Collision. We have Willow Nightingale winning the Owen Owen Hart um, Memorial Cup on the women's side. We have Ricky Starks winning it on the men's side. Ricky going over CM Punk, which I was very, very surprised about. I
I
just
knew that
want to
was
know
going to
kind of,
happen.
huh?
I knew that was going to happen. Let me say this
Why?
too.
Talk.
I was going to say this too. Then I'm going to let you go back to what you're saying because again, it's your show, and I don't like talking over people. That's two black people. Yes, Ricky Starks is black. It's called Creole. If y'all never been to the South, that's what they have. People lighter than me with slick hair. That's two black people that went over more than WWE. Who's the last black person to do something in WWE? Go ahead, brother.
I mean,
I'm just saying the facts, and I'm not
right.
pro
No, no,
no
no. I'm
company.
not denying
It's
it.
right there.
It's right there. Nah, I'm not denying that at all. But I was watching Collision last night. Good episode. And I feel like number one, in addition to like those two happening, that FTR Bullet Club Gold match.
I was gonna tell you that, but of course, if I know I'm about to record with something, I'm not gonna say it so we can have it for the audience to hear.
Nah, you need
I
to talk
would,
your. Yeah, go ahead.
bruh, I tweet, or I don't even know if it's tweet on Threads. I said what I said, right? I said I haven't watched the full because I don't like FTR. Let the
Mm,
record reflect, and this is coming from a dude that watch like you know what I mean hip hop like wrestling,
like
like
lyrical,
Briscoe
lyrical,
Brothers,
miracle
like
wrestling.
old school Briscoe. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the ransom type wrestling. I watched
yeah.
that. All right. I don't like FTR. No disrespect to them. I just don't like them.
Mm.
The last match I said I watched was a classic with the Briscoe brothers. And then I then had to say, and then I had a moment of clarity like, damn, man, my guy Jay really passed away. But I don't want to get morbid right now. But it hit me like, damn, that really happened this year. Been a long year. Been
Yeah,
crazy year.
yeah.
But that's the last match I watched with them. And then I watched this match and I'm like, well, damn, this was a really good match on a pay per view because Tony Khan don't know the distinct difference between TV and pay per view.
That's a fact. I think he's trying to do like the Eric Bischoff method that he was trying to do on WCW with the whole pay per view quality matches on TV. But that was too good for free TV.
That's
Honestly,
what I'm saying. And
that
then
was way too good.
I had to realize too, the TV money is better than the pay per view money. I know he got to deal with Bleacher Report, but then I had to realize, oh no, them TNT, them Turner Sports checks is way better than pay per view. So I was like, yeah, you might want to go ahead and put it on TV.
Bussing. Them checks is bussing. And now they're in talks for extension. Like for an extension with
You
AEW
got to.
after they just got their third show. So
We got to. I mean, people go on these marks talk about ratings all the time. Dog, that don't matter. Everybody stream.
can I talk about that real quick?
Please
Cause
do. This your
oh
show.
my God. So I feel like the reason why people in wrestling, I feel like the reason why wrestling fans talk about ratings is because of them mattering during the Monday night wars. And they're not necessarily speaking from a place of knowledge on the media industry. And it gets me so tight because it's like part of the reason why ratings were everything in the late 90s was because that was your only form or your only way to consume media. It's like you had the internet wasn't really developed as it is now, obviously. Um then on top of that, like you didn't have social media. So it's like you can only watch stuff on TV. But now you have TV. You can watch it over on TNT or TBS's website. You have streaming. You have YouTube. You have social media metrics. And all of these things play a factor into if a network is going to sign or re-sign a wrestling company to a media rights deal because all of these numbers matter, all these metrics matter, this data matters. So I feel like what ends up happening is like, oh, they only got a point 0.8 this Saturday. This show is doing horribly, right? But we don't know what the data is for on-demand streaming numbers when the episode is re-released onto the TNT or TBS website. And then every time there's a AEW show on the air, it's a trending topic, and that's a whole different set of metrics because you can have a point 0.8 in ratings, but if you know the the impressions are exceeding 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million, on a weekly episode on a weekly basis. It's like, then why are we talking about? There's so many other numbers that matter. And I feel like the reason why wrestling fans don't talk about the other numbers that matter is because y'all still stuck in the 90s and y'all are not operating from a educated viewpoint of how media works in 2023. So
Yeah.
that was
And
what I had to say. But keep going, keep going. What were you about to say?
no, I'll piggyback on what you just said. So let's split it into two different companies. WWE, without question, is the biggest wrestling company in the planet on the planet ever. One of the biggest pieces of entertainment, one of the biggest companies on the planet,
Yeah.
just overall right now. This is how they do their ratings. When this, like you said, the analytics. At this time, whoever comes out, it's the reason why Seth Rollins gonna come out for the opening. If not, he gonna come out 30 minutes afterwards. Usually nowadays it's the opening. Uh, Dominic and them, I forgot. Judgment. So when Judgment Day come
Judgment
out,
Day. Yeah.
yeah, when they come out, it's the reason why they starting to come out early now because they reading the metrics. Oh, when Judgment Day come out, oh, this number is here and it's up. Dominic getting them bulls, heel heat, bring them out right now. So at the start of the show, we can get them numbers, and then if they dissipate, which they usually do within an hour or so, because people just figured I could watch it online, I could watch the replays. My attention span is short. People got to realize that too. This is why you supposed to have clips on your YouTube with podcasts and shorts, because people don't want to see the whole podcast. They just want to see that. And that's how you get your subscribers up. But I'm done cutting that shoe promo about Marks, podcaster Marks. They look at their numbers. So with Vince, if you ain't a draw, if you ain't getting them numbers, number one, can't do nothing with you.
Mm.
Now people watch Austin Theory and they like, Austin Theory not over. He getting them numbers at certain times. Why is the Miz always on my TV? He still get them numbers at a certain time. It's the reason why they keep rotating the same 6, 7 people on Raw every week when they have so much talent. Now let's get to the AEW perspective. Tony Khan is more so a fan. So it's like, all right, of course we have to make money, but we just got the money to spend. All right. Y'all, I don't know how many people seen Succession, but it's the status quo that goes on with wealthy people in the world. Why? People are suffering, people are getting richer. The cons are extremely well. So this is something that's profitable, but this ain't they money. Whereas Vince, this is his money. And it has been since his grandfather,
Mm.
since WWF till now. He just took it to extreme levels his grandfather and his father would never think of seeing.
Mm.
So with AEW, because of Tony Khan being way younger than Vince, obviously, being around our age, a little bit older, he's more so a fan. That's why he
Mm.
bought ROH and all that, because these are pet projects for him. But
Mm.
at the same time, the dude is a smart businessman and he knows I have to make some money back. Because let's say his pops fronted him the money. His pops saying, hey, I need that investment back,
Mm.
that profit back. Are we turning over a profit? If not, I got to cut this, even if you will mark a wrestler or not. And I mean that no disrespectful. I don't mean that in disrespectful way as it relates
Right.
to Tony. So he reads the numbers out. Well, no, he pays people to read the numbers. All right. He paid people to read his numbers.
Right.
And they like, all right, when this person comes out, it's the reason why Punk keeps coming back. He's the draw for AEW. I'm not a fan of Punk. He been snapping. See what happens when you're not mad? Now he been having good matches because he just been shutting up and working like you supposed to. So now I'm like, all right, I gotta leave Punk alone. He legit only get hate with me when he just keep talking about old stuff, talk about the new stuff. They read their metrics, both companies. All these companies read their metrics. But the distinct difference is between Vince and Tony. Vince is a businessman. Tony is a businessman that just loves the business. Not saying that Vince
Mm.
doesn't love the business, but Tony Khan, you see, he really loves the business based on how he showed up for the Owen Hart Invitational.
That was a great. First of all, that's getting turned into a short. Because that was a tough.
Well, and
That was
because you
tough.
got common sense, that's why I was like, all right, cool. Let's lock up real quick. I know how to do this, brother. I'm very
Right.
good at a lot of stuff.
I feel that. Nah, that's a fact.